So some people have been struggling with the solo mission Scarlett Speedster, so that's exactly the mission we're going to play today. So let's get started right now. So as you can see, it's a one-player mission from the Metal Part 1 DLC, so let's get this party started.
This weird weather has brought out the worst in Central City's criminals. Strangely, weather wizards nowhere in sight. They're robbing banks, stores, you name it. The police could use a hand. Even the city's speedsters can't be in two places at once.
So some people have been struggling with this mission. I have to admit, I wasn't too sure what to do when I first played this mission.
Shots fired! Need backup!
Stop right there! Police!
So roughly to get started, there's three objectives where to do. There's the backup CCPD in shootouts. So what we just did, there's confiscate dead drop, and there's also to stop the muggings. Not sure how many of each we need, but basically I play those missions.
Shots
I fight
fired.
those NPCs until I can move to the next step.
Police officer!
Now let's pull back a bit. Sorry about that. I have a tendency to play a bit close to the camera. A bit close to the character, I mean. Let's go up here.
That looks like a dead drop. Confiscate the package and I'll call in law enforcement to secure it.
So there's a handful of objectives you have to complete. Not sure how many times you have to complete each though before you move on to the next part. I haven't really paid attention, I have to admit.
Shots fired! Need backup!
Stop right there! Police!
Now I'm mad.
I think we didn't stop a mugger just yet, so we'll try to do that right after. Not sure if you have to stop one of each or a couple of each, or if it's a set number. Like you have to stop
Make
10.
this easy and give me all your cash.
Like you have to stop 10 NPCs no matter what. I'm not sure.
I'm safe. Thank you.
So we save that lady here. So let's continue.
Make this easy and give me all your cash.
There's those
It looks like metal. Whatever it is, they're under its control.
there's also those vortexes that appears out of nowhere sometimes.
You saved me. Thank you.
So basically you help them until they become those metal creatures. And then you help them a bit more. And that should be enough to trigger whatever trigger there is to trigger. Lots of triggers, isn't it? Oh yeah. Well, let's help little friend here.
My hero.
Whatever that metal coating is, it's turned those officers against you. I've never seen anything like it.
So basically, if you're not too sure, just keep on fighting enemies. Oh. Just keep on fighting enemies until Oracle upgrades you.
I just picked up a surge of energy from the Flash Museum. They've got the actual cosmic treadmill locked away there. That's got to be tied to these Speed Force storms. Check it out.
Last time I looked around a bit. If you see my Metal Begins video, I played this mission and I looked around Central City a little bit. So if you want to see a bit more of a Central City, you can look at that video. Here, this is one of the places where people struggle when they have to fight the evil
Looks
Mirror
like
Master.
Mirror Master is under the influence of that weird metal. At least we know he's not behind this.
I see a lot of players who will focus on DPS only. Like right now, that's pretty much what my loadout is doing. It's pretty much unidimensional, focusing on DPS. Although I have a quantum tunneling, which would give me a bit of protection. But if you need to, let's say you hit an enemy like Mirror Master, which is too tough for your character, don't hesitate. There's no reason why you cannot just tweak your loadout or change your loadout according to a specific encounter. Here I've loaded what I labeled some time ago my shield armory. Basically, it's an armory where I use not just quantum tunneling, but also I forget the actual name. Let's go take a look. Where I also use time bubble. And I have closed loops, which also acts as a shield, and which also heals me. So basically, I have 3 shields on my loadout, which will allow me to be able to survive through the encounter. So there's no reasons why you guys can't do the same thing. So let's summon our friends first, and let's get this party started. Basically, I see a lot of players who will focus on DPS alone. And they fail to realize, what all of the DPSs fail to realize is that if you cannot survive through the end of the fight, it doesn't matter how much DPS you make. You have to still be standing at the end. Now let's summon our robot friend. One thing you can do, as you just saw, you can use the NPC to be able to get out of the vortex. Basically, I've seen people who struggled because of the vortex, but there's 3 ways technically you can get out of it. You can use quantum tunneling like I do most of the time. Well, let's use our Overload Strike, because why not? You can use the NPC himself by going towards him, or you could just roll out. So if you see if you need mobility, there's a few options to be able to do that. So let's see our reward. Decisions. Let's go for the matchbook. I already upgraded it, but not too long. Oh, I have to switch armory, I guess. This I got one the other day, but it's item level 236. So let's switch it for this one, which will be 241. Oh, 238. Oh, I'm so sad now. So as you can see, the gear scales to the level of your character. So right now, gear scales to combat rating 238, but ultimately it could scale a bit higher. But I was able to upgrade my trinket a bit. I won't equip it just yet because I'm going to need to re-imprint my armory before I do that. So we're pretty much done here. We could explore a bit more. There's probably there might be briefings or investigations somewhere around here. I'll look at it maybe some other time. Would have been tempted to take a look, but we'll play this mission daily for quite a while, so there's no reason not to. There's no rush. We can wait a bit before we look around. I kind of like how they were able to merge together part of the museum we had previously with the latest version.
Something's not right.
Can't stop myself. Must obey.
In my world, I strapped the Flash to the hood of my Batmobile and drove to the Speed Force. Gaining his powers made me a better, deadlier Batman. But I still have his annoying voice stuck in my head. I'm going to enjoy watching another Flash squirm. Think you can keep up? Catch me if you can.
You've got to save Flash. I think the cosmic treadmill's been opening those weird portals.
So let's say our friend Flash.
Fading fast.
Batman combined with the Flash, but evil? It's like a nightmare.
And as you saw, they did a really great job.
If that's a Batman, he won't be as experienced with Flash's rogues. Go to the exhibits. We can build a device to help you fight him.
So as you saw, they did a really great job making the Red Death come to life. And the same with the Batman Who Laughs. I don't know if you saw him already. Here there's this little camera. We can basically turn off the cinematics. I'm not going to do that. I want to see the cinematics. They did a good job. They did a good job with those, so. So the NPCs here are simple enough to defeat. If you manage to not attract too many of them at once, you should be okay. Or if you have a shield, don't hesitate to use your shield to protect you a bit from some of the damage that these NPCs will do to you. So I've seen people who struggle with this mission, but they struggle with the bosses, I think. Pretty sure people don't struggle with the mobs, but you never know. So for the mobs, just make sure that you only fight them 3 at a time and you'll be okay. Some of you guys have been asking that I make a video about my current loadout, I guess. Basically, I'll make a video eventually, but if you don't want to wait for that, what I do is that I bunch the enemies together, then I hit them with vision. I could use time bomb, but by the time time bomb explodes, most of the NPCs are already defeated, so it's kind of a bit pointless. So again, I'll use. I'll try to get them together, and then when they're together, boom! I hit them with the big explosion from the heat vision, and rinse and repeat as needed. Sometimes when there's only one left, as you saw, it doesn't even reach the stage where heat vision explodes. But also, even though I'm in DPS role, quantum powers somehow still work as pretty good crowd control, even when you're DPS. So you can juggle the enemies quite a bit. Like while the enemies are floating in the air like they do, or they're flying around because the quantum energy exploded, they're not attacking you. So that keeps you safe from harm. It does damage and it keeps you safe from harm all at once, which is wonderful. So next we're gonna have to arrange the portraits. I'll show you how in just a minute.
Looks like the mechanisms on that door have shorted out. If you can find something nearby that's connected to the system, fixing it should open the door.
So let's fix it. And it should open the door. If you ever wondered why I'm no comedian, now you know. I can be funny sometimes, but usually it happens by accident. When I try to be funny on purpose, doesn't work. 60% of the time, it doesn't work all the time. So if you want to know, basically you have to place the portraits, the frames in the right order. And the clue is right here. So here you have the ice one, the fire one, the cloud one, and the Pied Piper one. So let's get started. So let's trade him with this one here. Hey, it didn't work. I'm so sad. Okay, let's try again.
I've uploaded schematics. Pick one of the rogues' power types from the exhibits to give you an edge.
So again, as you can see, fire, ice, cloud, and the last one is the one from Pied Piper. So you have the one from Pied Piper here. And also you have, here you can see what this is the ability. If you guys played the Tier 2 mission flashback, you recall those little machines were in the police station. and they pretty much do a whole bunch of damage until you destroy the machines. So now you're going to be able to use it if you want to against the evil Red Death. And if you want to know more information, you can click on the portrait. Doesn't tell you all that much, but it tells you enough. It's just a little hint. It doesn't exactly explain to you what happens or what it does, but it gives you enough information that you can pretty much deduce it for yourself. And ultimately, it doesn't really matter. Any of those abilities will do the trick. I suspect there might be a feat. I didn't check, but I suspect there might be a feat for using all of them. Now, the first time I played this mission, I used the Pied Piper one. Last time I used the Captain Cold one. So today, we're trying the Heatwave one. So it's going to get activated as we're going to fight enemies. It's pretty much that simple. I suspect, I wonder, I didn't verify that just yet. I suspect we may have the opportunity to change if we want to. If somehow I decided I want the ice one, I probably could take it. But let's stick with Heat Wave. That'll be fine for now. So here we should be able to show. Okay, so you saw what happened. Much more powerful than I expected. So it kind of created an effect not unlike what Heat Vision does once you upgrade it. I didn't think of it, but odds are it might interact with Heat Vision, so that could be nice. Could have sworn I heard something. Next time. Should I switch? Let's switch to our shield armory, because why not?
Pain, your new toys aren't clever. I am Batman and Flash. I'll always be one step ahead of you.
Classic Batman. Don't let him get under your skin.
So you see those red energy thing? Also, there's those bombs that you have to try to avoid. Could have sworn we could deactivate the bombs, but somehow I guess not. Oh, one click too many. That's what happens. And somehow we can't. There's a few places when we can't target the Red Death anymore. I don't really like it when they do that. Feels kind of like a cheat. We'll be okay. Oh, we broke the barrel. Might as well use it. Sometimes the little energy vortex will pull you towards it, but if you use an ability like quantum tunneling, it's easy enough to be able to get away from vortex. Oh, target.
Come on.
Let's drink our little cola because we can.
This has been fun, but I think it's time to vibrate your hearts out of your chests.
Let's go for the exabyte.
No! Flash, get out of my head and stop singing that song!
Oh, Red Death. So disappointing. Welcome to the beginning of the end. We are going to have so much fun! And by we, I mean all the Dark Knights who are coming to your world.
Oh no!
This is a nightmare. I don't know what that thing was, but we've got to stop it. I'll confer with the Justice League and get back to you. I'll be on this 24/7. No way I'll be able to sleep after seeing that Batman who laughs.
So that was it for that mission. Let's see what we got in our little chest. We got a little treasure box, so let's see what we got in the box. Yeah, usually it's source marks. I expected as much. So we got a few rewards. That alone is appreciated. Let's switch here so that we don't forget. So basically, I was able to upgrade my trinket that gives me vitalization. Sorry about that. So the one I had was combat training 236, 1967 vitalization. This one will give me 2023 vitalization, and of course, technically it would give extra stats, but if you equip it in the utility belt, what you actually get is the stats of the utility belt. But it's a bit of an upgrade for vitalization, which isn't bad. So time to leave. So that is pretty much it for the Scarlett Speed Medal mission. So again, basically, make sure you have something to have a bit of survivability. Some shield or something like that would be a big help. Obviously, you can try to keep on focusing only on doing DPS. The sad thing is that when people focus only on DPS, they forget to get something a little bit more important. They forget to have a bit of survivability. There's too many DPS that are so focused on doing damage. They forget that if they're not still standing by the end of the fight, doesn't matter how much damage they made, they still lost the fight. So try not to focus too much on damage. Try to have at least a few things that will give you a bit of extra survivability. And of course, when the evil Red Death opens the vortex, don't stay in the vortex. Move out of the vortex as soon as you can before you get defeated a little bit. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.